Jeanine Pirro, a well-known TV and political figure, acted quickly when she found out something shocking about her husband. Raised to value honesty and hard work, she had a successful career in law. But when she discovered troubling news about her husband, she didn't wait around. Jeanine Pirro divorced him right away, staying true to her values. Her career in law began impressively as she became one of the first female judges in Westchester County, New York. This role was just the beginning of her trailblazing journey, which saw her taking on the role of district attorney in 1994, the first woman to hold this position in Westchester. Her tenure was marked by her aggressive pursuit of legal victories in cases involving domestic violence and horrible things done to children, earning her both respect and criticism. Her approach to these cases made her a prominent figure in legal circles, recognized for her fierce advocacy and sometimes divisive tactics. However, Piro's public life was not without its personal upheavals, notably her highly publicized divorce, which added a personal drama to her professional narrative. Her move from legal practice to the political arena and eventually to national television was a strategic shift that expanded her influence and visibility. On television, she used her sharp legal insights to comment on various high-profile cases, bringing her unique perspective to a wide audience, where she both charmed and challenged. Piro's journey is also a story of resilience and adaptability. Despite facing personal and professional challenges, including controversies that might have derailed others, she managed to reinvent herself repeatedly. From the courtroom to television studios, her career has been characterized by a constant engagement with the public issues and a relentless advocacy for what she believes is right. Throughout her career, Piro has not shied away from controversy or confrontation. Her outspoken nature and firm beliefs have made her a figure of both admiration and notoriety. She's someone who doesn't just participate in debates, she often dominates them, driving discussions with a mix of legal acumen and media savvy. Her influence in shaping public opinion is significant, as she continues to be a formidable presence in both the legal and media landscapes, navigating complex issues with a blend of passion and precision. Jeanine Pirro and Albert Piro, once viewed as a perfect example of a successful couple in the public eye, actually had a relationship filled with ups and downs. They met during their college years and got married in 1975, seeming to everyone as a strong team both personally and professionally. However, as their careers took off, Jeanine in law and politics and Albert in real estate, the pressures began to show. Their busy lives started to pull at their relationship, and soon enough, rumors of cheating added to the strain. These issues were not hidden. Instead, they were often discussed in public, making their personal challenges a topic of widespread interest. Their marriage, which lasted over 3 decades, seemed to hold up against these challenges, but in 2007, they decided to divorce. This decision turned their private struggles into a public circus. The media closely followed their divorce proceedings, and every detail of their legal and personal conflicts was analyzed and talked about. This public breakdown showed how difficult it can be for public figures to manage personal issues quietly. Alongside their personal issues, Albert faced his own serious problems with the law. In 2000, he was charged with tax evasion due to improper handling of his business finances. This legal trouble was particularly damaging because it clashed directly with Jeanine's public image as a legal authority and former judge. His conviction and jail time brought more negative attention to Jeanine, who had to navigate these tough waters while maintaining her career in the public eye. Throughout their years together, the Piros dealt with the typical problems of a high-profile marriage, but also faced unique challenges due to their status as public figures. Their eventual separation and Albert's legal issues exposed the difficult balance between public responsibilities and private life. Their story is a clear example of how public life can complicate personal issues, making them harder to manage and resolve. Their experiences highlight the harsh reality that public figures often face heightened scrutiny and pressure, which can amplify personal difficulties and lead to very public fallouts. The widely covered trial and conviction of Albert Piro significantly tarnished his own reputation and threw a shadow over his family's public image. His sentencing to 29 months in federal prison was a low point for him and posed significant personal and professional challenges for his wife, Jeanine Pirro. The impact of Albert Piro's legal issues went beyond his time in prison. It ignited widespread debate and scrutiny concerning the transparency and ethics of his business practices. This situation stirred up a range of discussions in legal and financial communities, focusing on the often blurred lines between personal profit and professional ethics. For Jeanine Pirro, a prominent figure in conservative media, the trial and its aftermath meant increased scrutiny. The media delved deeply into the couple's financial matters and their opulent lifestyle, exposing them to public and media scrutiny. The narrative took an unexpected turn in 2020, when then-President Donald Trump granted Albert Piro a presidential pardon. This pardon came during Trump's last days in office and seemed to many as a favor to Jeanine Pirro, who was an outspoken supporter of Trump. This act of mercy started a new round of debates about the use of presidential pardons, especially when they appear to be influenced by personal or political connections instead of fairness. People began questioning the true motives behind such pardons and their effects on the legal system. This controversy also put a spotlight on Jeanine Pirro's reputation, showcasing the complicated mix of politics, law, and personal ties that influence public perception. The legal problems faced by Albert Piro and his subsequent pardon brought to light the difficulties associated with legal cases that catch the public's eye. These events had a significant impact on how people view the accountability and ethical standards of those who hold power. The discussions that followed were broad, touching on the need for transparency and fairness in how power is exercised, especially in granting pardons that might seem influenced more by relationships than by justice. Jeanine Pirro's career stands in stark contrast to her personal challenges. She was one of the first female judges in Westchester County and later became its first female district attorney. Her time in office from 1994 to 2005 was marked by her vigorous prosecution of high-profile cases, especially those involving domestic violence. Her professional roles significantly shaped her public image, establishing her as a key figure in law and politics. Jeanine Pirro's path was groundbreaking, paving the way for women in the legal field. Her accomplishments as a judge and district attorney, including spearheading initiatives against domestic violence and addressing serious crimes, which had a lasting impact on her community and enhanced her stature as a leader in her field. These accomplishments not only defined her career, but also solidified her influence and authority in the legal and political arenas. Jeanine Pirro's career in the legal domain was not just about upholding the law, but aggressively pushing forward a narrative of law enforcement that she staunchly advocated, ostensibly in the name of victims' rights. This approach garnered her a mix of applause and skepticism within legal communities, propelling her into the broader public eye. Transitioning into television and media seemed a natural progression, if not a calculated maneuver, to further amplify her voice and influence. Once on television, specifically through platforms like Fox News, with shows such as Justice with Judge Jeanine, Piro sharpened her image as a legal sage while also molding herself into a compelling, sometimes polarizing media personality. Her on-screen role extended her reach far beyond courtroom walls and into living rooms across the nation, elevating her status to that of a political commentator whose opinions resonated with and sometimes inflamed a divided audience. Beyond the flashing cameras, Piro also ventured into the world of publishing, churning out a series of books that seemed tailored to stir controversy and debate as much as they aimed to analyze legal and political landscapes. Titles like Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, The Case Against the Anti-Trump Conspiracy, and Radicals, Resistance, and Revenge, The Left's Plot to Remake America, were as provocative as they were popular, crafted to tap into the pulsing vein of America's political discourse. Throughout her career, Piro has adeptly navigated the interplay between law, media, and advocacy, crafting a persona that's as admired as it is criticized. She's positioned herself as a stalwart defender of certain ideological convictions, influencing public opinion in ways that are as strategic as they are spontaneous. As the years roll on, her continuous presence in the media landscape underscores not only her adaptability, but also a keen understanding in the power of media in shaping and sometimes skewing public perception. Through her various professional metamorphoses, Piro has ensured she remains a relevant, if controversial, figure in the volatile arena of American public life. Jeanine Pirro has firmly established herself as the determined host of Justice with Judge Jeanine on Fox News, where she tackles controversial topics with a mix of sharp legal insights and a compelling, often theatrical style. Her ability to consistently engage viewers has not only helped her build a stable audience, but has also solidified her position as a powerful voice in political and legal commentary. Her influence, however, extends beyond the television screen. Piro is frequently found on the speaking circuit, where she addresses a range of issues, from legal complexities to the latest political storms. Her speeches are charged with emotion and a clear concern for the country's direction, resonating with many who share her fears of a shift towards more liberal policies. She doesn't just talk, she captivates her audience, using her platform to express her fears, particularly about America possibly adopting socialist ideals. In addition to her speaking engagements, Piro has ventured into writing, publishing several books that advocate for conservative values and express her deep concerns over liberal governance. These books are not just written works, they're carefully crafted tools designed to spread her political views. Each book acts as another channel for her to reach people beyond her TV show, allowing her to influence public opinion and engage with her readers on a deeper level. Piro's multifaceted career is a strategic mix of media presence, active public speaking, and writing. Each aspect is thoughtfully integrated to maintain her relevance and amplify her influence in national discussions. Through television, speeches, and books, she continually connects with her audience, addressing their worries about the country's political path and reinforcing her role as a prominent figure in political discourse. This approach ensures that she remains a central figure in the ongoing debate about the future of the United States. Jeanine Pirro has made a name for herself as a prolific writer, tackling complex political and social topics through her books. These publications not only stir debate, but also deepen her connection with her readers, reinforcing her role as a powerful voice in political commentary. Her exploration of themes such as justice, governance, and media scrutiny is both timely and influential, resonating with a readership eager for her insights. Through her writing, Piro has managed to not just share her viewpoints, but also shape public opinion, strengthening her position as a leading figure in the realm of political discussion. Her engagement extends beyond traditional publishing. Piro has adeptly harnessed the power of social media, where she maintains an active and strategic presence. On platforms like Twitter and Facebook, she interacts directly with her followers, offering her take on current events and sharing snippets of her personal life. These posts are not merely updates, but are crafted to inform, persuade, and engage her audience, reflecting her savvy understanding of digital communication. Her ability to blend professional analysis with personal anecdotes makes her social media feeds compelling and relatable, keeping her followers interested and invested in her narrative. Piro's use of social media goes beyond typical online activity. It's an integral part of her strategy to stay relevant in an age where news consumption is rapidly changing. By posting regularly and engaging with comments, she keeps her finger on the pulse of her audience's concerns and opinions. This ongoing interaction is crucial for keeping her perspectives in the public eye, allowing her to maintain influence over her broad and diverse audience base. Over the past 10 years, Piro has been incredibly dedicated to her work in media and public advocacy. She's constantly updated her methods to stay current with new ways of communicating, making sure she's not just following trends, but actually guiding the discussions. Her work in both publishing books and engaging with digital media shows that she has a well-thought-out plan for staying in touch with her audience. This shows her deep understanding of how digital communication works today. Her actions make it clear that she wants to stay a key player in political conversations, using her influence to affect opinions and discussions across various media platforms. By effectively participating in both traditional and digital media, Piro ensures her voice and perspectives remain influential in shaping public debates. Her strategic use of digital platforms helps her reach a wider audience, making her a prominent figure in the continuous flow of political dialogue. This approach not only keeps her relevant, but also reinforces her role as a leader in the field, capable of impacting how people think about and discuss important issues. Jeanine Pirro's relationship with Donald Trump is a vivid illustration of her steadfast support and calculated political maneuvering. Known for her fiery approach, Piro didn't just praise Trump on her television show, Justice with Judge Jeanine. She actively threw herself into the political arena, showing up at rallies and events, passionately supporting Trump's policies. Her commitment was relentless, even when controversy swirled around them. Their partnership began during the hectic 2016 presidential campaign. At this time, Piro emerged not merely as a supporter, but as a key figure who defended Trump in the media. She boldly supported his policies and his polarizing style of leadership, positioning herself as a fierce advocate for his vision for America. Piro took her role seriously, extending her influence beyond the TV screen. She became a constant presence in the media storm that followed Trump, reinforcing his criticisms and focusing particularly on Hillary Clinton, Trump's main opponent. Her criticism went beyond general political disagreements. She focused intensely on Clinton's use of a private email server, a major issue at the time. Piro was outspoken in her views, often dismissing the significance of legal proceedings concerning Clinton's emails. She argued that the mere hint of misconduct should prevent Clinton from being president, stating that Clinton's potential guilt made her unfit for office, regardless of the legal outcome. This approach showcases Piro's style. She prioritized influencing public opinion over sticking strictly to legal accuracy, which is ironic given her background as a judge. Her strategy appeared to be based on the belief that shaping how people view an issue was as important, if not more so, than the actual legal proceedings. This blend of legal interpretation and political advocacy exemplifies the political climate that Trump and Piro navigated together, characterized by a divided media scene and the rise of personality-driven analysis. In a relentless advocacy for Trump, Piro demonstrated a blend of media savvy and political activism. Her unwavering support for Trump was not just a personal or professional stance, but a deliberate strategy to maintain her relevance and influence in a changing political landscape. Her commitment to Trump's agenda was evident, her methods sometimes controversial, and her influence unmistakable. Thus, Piro's involvement in recent political developments isn't just a side story, but a significant example of how media and politics intersect in contemporary American politics. Through these actions, Piro not only aligned herself with Trump's political identity, but also shaped the discourse around key electoral issues. She leveraged her platform to cast doubt on opposition figures and validate Trump's claims, reinforcing his narratives in the eyes of the public. Her aggressive stance against Clinton played into the broader strategy of using media as a battleground for political supremacy. As such, Piro's journey through the chaotic political landscape of recent years is a testament to how deeply intertwined media influence and political power can become. Her tactics, centered on persuasion and public perception, reflect a broader shift in political strategy, where the lines between being a media personality and a political activist are increasingly blurred. This convergence of roles has reshaped how political battles are fought, making media figures like Piro central players in the political arena. During his presidency, Donald Trump found a loyal supporter in Jeanine Pirro, who consistently defended his actions and praised his leadership, particularly on her Fox News platform. Her vocal support in the face of criticism from political opponents and a critical media helped to solidify her status as a key figure among conservative supporters of Trump. Piro strongly backed Trump's policies on immigration, national security, and economic growth, mirroring the views of many of her viewers. This alignment not only deepened her connection with her audience, but also her influence in conservative media circles. Her support was not just a professional stance, but also a reflection of a deeper, personal connection with Trump, suggesting a blend of both public loyalty and private friendship. Her unwavering advocacy for Trump's policies provided a voice for a segment of Americans who felt represented by Trump's promises to prioritize their needs and address their economic concerns. Piro effectively used her platform to reinforce Trump's message, resonating with viewers who felt overlooked by other politicians. This relationship between her rhetoric and her audience's beliefs created a powerful dynamic, enhancing her role as a spokesperson for conservative values and Trump's agenda. Moreover, Piro's connection with Trump extended beyond shared political goals to a personal camaraderie, marked by mutual respect and shared battles against common adversaries. This personal bond with Trump gave her unique insights and access, allowing her to speak both to and for Trump in a way that few others could. Her role transcended that of a typical media supporter, positioning her as a confidant and ally in Trump's political circle. Her enthusiastic endorsement of Trump's leadership and policies resonated deeply with her followers, reinforcing her position as a leading conservative voice. This symbiotic relationship between Piro and her audience highlighted the significant influence media personalities can wield on political discourse. It also underscored the potential challenges that arise when the lines between media advocacy and political allegiance are blurred, demonstrating how media figures can shape and sway public opinion through their platforms. Jeanine Pirro was closely connected to Donald Trump and his top advisors, often being part of private discussions about government policies. This relationship with Trump's team not only made her more well-known, it placed her at the center of forming conservative ideas and discussions. However, Piro's consistent support for Trump during his administration's more controversial moments, like the impeachment trials and various legal issues, was seen in different lights. Some praised her for her firm stance on conservative values, while others saw her as a divisive figure, representative of the split views during Trump's time as president. Her commitment to supporting Trump and his policies was clear and unwavering. Piro was not just a supporter, she was a vocal champion of what Trump stood for, often using her media presence to promote his agenda. Her strong connection to Trump and her prominent defense of his actions highlighted her dedication to pushing conservative principles in the U.S. However, this also made her a target of criticism, casting her as a controversial personality who seemed to find her stride in the midst of political turmoil rather than avoiding it. Her role during Trump's presidency illustrates not just her personal political beliefs, but also the complex relationship between media influence and political power in shaping public views and government actions. This relationship reveals how closely intertwined media figures and politicians can be in directing the national conversation and policy directions.